What's good, YouTube? Because of Kobe here. So, we're diving into some more of the classic Bon Scott performances. This is with Vince Lovegrove, the Valentines, Build Me Up, Buttercup. So, he did backing vocals on This Is What Way Said. Way's the one that requested this. I'm excited to see classic performances like this. It's always cool to see where legendary artists started out and what they were doing before their big bands and their big breaks. I like that you guys request stuff like that as well. You guys are very knowledgeable about everywhere that these artists came from. You really follow their journeys wholeheartedly, and I like that about you guys. You introduced me to some interesting things that I would never see otherwise, so I appreciate you, Way. Thank you for this request. I'm excited for it. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe for me. We talk about mental health, addiction, world issues, everything in between. Break down all the lyrics, instrumentation, stage performance. I like going the whole 9 yards. I'm busting down the lyrics for you guys. I think we can have a lot of beneficial conversations when it applies to life and the things that we go through. Music expresses things that are difficult to put into words in regular conversation and everything like that. So we get to really dive in and have some really cool conversations on the channel whenever we break down these songs. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I say every video, if you're struggling with mental health or addiction, please go get the professional help that's available. Get yourself better. Take the steps every single day to learn more and grow more. Live inside of faith. Find some faith in God and find faith in Jesus and live for that and spread the message of hope to humanity, that they can pull themselves out of desperate situations and desperate times and learn from those trials that we go through in life. You can build yourself up and then you can motivate other people to do the same thing inside of their own struggles, and that's the beauty of it all. I love you guys. We're going to get into this. I'm Because of Kobe. A reaction video a day or two. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. We got Bon Scott with Vince Lovegrove and the Valentines, Build Me Up, Buttercup.
Hey, that's the show. That's where we're going to go. Kind of hope you enjoyed the artists we had for today. Join us again the same time, same channel tomorrow night. We have a whole stack more for you. Right now, to close it up today,
this
the
is
Valentines
classic
and
right here. Ooh. Oh, this song. I love this song. I know this song. I'm going to have to be careful with this one. I don't know if they'll try to, I don't know. They might try with this one. You guys know what I'm talking about. I ain't even going to say it. This is an amazing song right here. I'm glad we're about to bust this down. I thought I might have heard this before. The title sounded really familiar. The second that the first bar happened, I was like, oh yeah, I've heard this song everywhere. I've heard this song everywhere. I did not know Bon Scott was involved in this at some point. That is really cool. That is really cool. You learn something new every day, don't you? It's so classic, the black and white inside of it. I love the black and white vibe of it. You guys know I like classic performances like this. Bear with me on the pauses. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm trying to be careful with this one, right? So bear with me on those. We're going to have to work with this one, I think. The fact that Bon Scott was involved with this is really cool. I was not aware of that. I never knew that he was involved in this song right here. This is a classic song. This is a classic song about feeling let down or led on or not properly appreciated inside of a love situation, right? Why do you build me up just to let me down and mess me around? And the worst of all, you never call when you say you will, but I love you still, he says. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Some people are, if you are a clingy person, you cannot be with somebody that has that kind of on my own, we don't have to talk all the time kind of vibe, right? It just depends on the person, the two people involved, whether that can work or not, right?
I need you more than anyone.
I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start, so build me up, Buttercup. Don't break my heart. He's just saying, I love you, please don't hurt me. Sometimes I question it because you're distant and stuff like that. You never call, this and that. Right? That's something you gotta work through whenever it comes to, well, it just depends, like I said, on the relationship. Because some people are just busy people, right? People who have things going on in their life and get into a relationship with each other, they often have to deal with a little bit of distance between each other so that they can properly do whatever it is that they do in their life. And that can be a very difficult thing to balance. This is a song about him having that feeling inside of the relationship and just saying, please don't break my heart because I really need you. It's a very beautiful song. It feels he's expressing a feeling of things not necessarily being reciprocated properly between them, like maybe he loves a little bit more inside of the situation. It can feel that way sometimes. That's something you gotta talk about with the person and work on, and just ensure each other that that love is definitely there, and make sure that there's an understanding between the two of you, even if distance is involved in it. There just has to be an understanding, and if that understanding's met, all is well, right? You just have to look at it like that, man. You just gotta work through your stuff and have open communication and be honest about it.
I'll be over at 10, you tell me time and again, but you're late. I wait around and then
That dance.
to the door, I can't take anymore without you. I wait around and then
They could change the words up a little bit from the lyric sheet that's up here. I'll be over at 10, you told me time and again, but you're late, I wait around, and then I went to the door, I can't take anymore. The lyric sheet says it's not you, you let me down again. Here, in this performance, he says,
I can't take anymore without you. I wait around and then
without you, I wait around then. Okay, he changed it in this performance. This is a classic song, though. So the second I heard the first line, I was like, oh yes, I know this song. You guys know I will not fake a reaction on here. If I've heard a song, I always tell you guys. We still cover them because you guys requested it, right? And you guys are very generous, and I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate all of your generosity and everything that you do for me. It's very kind of you guys to really help support me and to be generous with the donations and everything. It means the world to me. So I will still cover them, but I will always let you know that it's not going to be a first time listen if it's one of these instances like this song. This is one of my favorite songs. I really love this song, and like I said, I'm just glad that we're getting to talk about it, because I think whenever we get into the topic of love and relationships and stuff, it helps everybody to grow inside of how we can properly love each other better. And I think when you break songs like this down, you even come to understandings inside of your own life of things that you've been through and how to approach things differently if you're looking for a new relationship and stuff like that. I think songs like this can be really beneficial in how to deal with and cope with the feelings that go along with that. I appreciate that about songs like this. This is a classic song.
baby, baby, I try to find it. And anytime I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone, waiting for you.
Yep. Like I said, excuse the pauses. I'm trying really hard for you guys because this is one of those ones that's a little questionable, so we will see, right? Like I said, I'm trying my best for you guys with this one. I said, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. He said, if you just find a little time, I promise I can make you happy. And I'll be home beside the phone waiting for you. And that's the thing. Time is extremely valuable, right? And the way I see it, when it's two busy bodies that are always up to something and always doing their own thing, if both of them decide to give their time to each other, because someone who's very busy and does a lot of things in life with their time, that's very precious to a person like that. So, when two people like that actually resonate with each other enough to give each other the time of day, it really goes to show that love is true for them inside of that, even if there is a distance or slight disconnect in certain moments because of being busy or whatever. If they choose to entertain time between each other in the first place, it immediately shows a connection, because those types of people that have things going on with themselves do not fuck around with talking to anybody that they don't want to at all. And if they tell you that they're busy, a lot of the time they probably actually mean it. Right? Like, you might want to actually believe it, especially if you're in a situation with somebody that has a lot going on, like entrepreneurs and people that have businesses and stuff like that. It can be very difficult to find balance inside of that, especially whenever you might be stressed out inside of your busy life and it just feels like your energy won't even properly show a person you know, because you're just kind of all over the place in some instances. It can be difficult to communicate sometimes, and that's just something you have to work through. And if you understand that with each other, I think that it can work out quite all right. But this is about the questioning and the insecurity kind of inside of that whenever the communication isn't fully there all the time.
Why do you build me up, Buttercup, baby, just to let me down? Mess me around and then worst of all.
What did he just pick up? What was that he just picked up there? Hold on, what just happened?
Buttercup, baby, just to let me down. Mess me
Is that
around
flowers?
and then worst
A
of
gift?
all. You never know, baby, when you say you will.
I love that these classic crowds always throw little gifts on the stage whenever we're watching these performances. It's awesome whenever you see the little gifts that the crowd brings for the artists.
I love you still, I need you more than anyone told.
Is that a puppet? He's got the puppet.
Don't break my heart.
I like that. I love that right there. That is awesome. The little puppet. It makes sense. It adds in. Yeah, it makes sense. It ties into the lyrics of the song.
I'm attracted to you even more. Why do you let me go?
He said, to you I'm a toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you're untrue, I'm attracted to you all the more. The lyric sheet says, why do I need you so? He says, why can't I let you go? That's deep, man. It's deep. He says, although I know you're untrue, I'm attracted to you all the more. He's saying, I think I know that you probably lie to me about some things, but I still like you even more if you just let me love you. Basically. Oh, damn. That's relatable, ain't it? I think we've all had situations in life that felt like that. Like I said, if you can communicate those things at the end of the day and just be okay with a little bit of distance or whatever, it can be some of the best relationships that a person could ever have if that energy can be met on both sides, right? It just has to be a joint communication between each other.
Baby, I try to find it, and in time, I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone, waiting for you.
Fucking wild. This is classic.
Why do you build me up, Buttercup, baby, just to let me down? Mess me around, and then worst of all, you never come, baby, when you say you will. But
Channel 7 Melbourne, always. Channel 7, man.
Still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You're all the love that I've got. So baby, Buttercup, don't break my heart.
Classic, man. Fucking classic performance right there. I love it. I had no idea that Bon Scott was involved in that. That is wild to me. It's wild to me. Such a classic performance right here. Like I said, my apologies for the wild amount of pauses. You guys know I pause a lot anyhow. But yeah, with this one I feel like we might have had to walk a line with this one right here. Songs like this are risky, right? Whenever it comes, you guys know. They like to tell us no sometimes. So, hopefully, with this one, I broke it up a little bit enough that we won't have to worry about that. Thank you for this. I'm glad we got to cover this song. It's one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite songs ever. I've been listening to this song since I was a kid and just never knew what it was called. It's just one that I've heard all over the place for my whole life in random instances. It's just there sometimes. It's one of those songs that has one of the most classic choruses and vibes ever. So, yeah, I think most people have actually heard this song. I really like this song a lot. Like I said, I love it. One of my favorites. And I think, like I said, if you can work that out with communication and distance and everything, and trust that there's no untrue situations going on and everything, relationships like that can be some of the best ones. So don't be afraid to seek that out, especially if you're a busy person. Could work out for you in ways that you would never expect, man. Thank you for this request, Way. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I love you. Like I always say, go get help if you need it. Please go get help if you need it. Make up the best out of your life and inspire other people to also find faith inside of life. Find faith in God. Find faith in Jesus. Believe in yourself. Show other people that they can live beautiful lives as well. Original video in the description. Subscribe to the artists we have on the channel. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. Thank you so much for giving me a platform to do this on. We're going to get out of here. I'm Vakasa Kavi. A reaction video a day or two. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. Leave a like for me. Comment those suggestions. Subscribe up this way. Bang the notification bell for me. I'll see you guys in the next ones. I love you so much. Thank you for everything. Have a blessed night. Peace.